Over the past few months, I have ranked a bunch of different Animal Crossing villagers, from different species to personality types. Today, I looked around in my comments section, and a lot of people were asking, what's your favorite villager? Which one of your villagers are your favorite? Which one of your villagers are your least favorite? So today, I looked left, I looked right at all my villagers and said, okay, I love you all, but I'm going to rank all of you from my least favorite to my favorite. Worst to best. Now, worst is a little too severe. I like all of my villagers. I would give them all at least like an 8 out of 10, or else I probably wouldn't have had them on my island. If you like any of these villagers, don't worry, I like them too. It's just an order of how much I like them. Here are the 10 villagers that I'll be ranking. We have Dom, we have Judy, we have Marshall, we have Zucker, Pom Pom, Apple, Fang, Diana, Eric, Tammy. Those are all of my villagers, and I'll be ranking them from worst to best, starting right now. These are my favorite villagers on Pikachu's island. Yeah. The criteria for this ranking is very simple. How much do I like them? That's it. So I looked into different things like their personality, their design, how well their houses are made. We'll be looking at all the villagers' houses as well. I'll also be talking about these villagers as if they're like my favorite characters in a TV show and they're real people. I just think it's kind of funnier that way. I'm gonna be very dramatic in this, but try not to take it too seriously, and I won't either. So at number 10, we have Dom. This might come to a surprise for some of you. I know Dom is a very popular villager. He's fairly new on my island, and a lot of my favorite villagers on my island are the ones that I've had for a while that I've really come to love and appreciate. Dom is cool. He is a jock villager. Jocks are my favorite personality in the game. They're kind of one note. I think we can agree they're a little one note. But his design is amazing. He's a rainbow sheep. I mean, come on now. And he always talks about like breaking eggs with his like pinkies and stuff. I don't know. He's just a weird dude, and I like weird dudes. But he's just a little one note. If you look at his house right here, it's a lot of fun. It's kind of like a campsite or like outside of a dad's garage or something like that. It's very quirky. I love that this big jock dude is just saying like yeah yeah like Ariana Grande. It's just too much fun. He is my least favorite though. Someone's gotta be. Number 9 is Tammy. Now Tammy, I brought in on my own. I have her amiibo card. I swiped her in. I did that. Okay, I did that. But I did it just so I could give away a villager. I believe it was Lolly or Marina or something. I was doing a giveaway of a villager, and I needed them to go immediately. So I was like, well, Tammy, your time's up. Come up here. Let's have you on this island and kick this villager out for this giveaway. So, it was kind of out of necessity for Tammy to come to my island, not out of me purely really wanting Tammy. But I really do like Tammy, and I wanted to give her a chance on my island, and I don't think she messed it up entirely. Now, if you've watched my videos, you know that so many of my villagers are peppy villagers. It's so funny. Everywhere you look on my island, someone is talking about taking selfies or becoming the biggest pop star since Madonna. It's so funny, but there's too many peppy villagers on my island. But Tammy does have a peppy personality, so she kind of felt a little boring when she came to my island since she was one of the more recent peppy villagers. Her design is cool. I love the purple and yellow color combination. Her design is awesome. I actually like her design more than Dom's and the next villager here. It's just her personality has been done too much on my island. Marshall. Now this is when the dislikes are gonna start getting hit. Okay, this is when I'm gonna get some slaps across the face, and I'm prepared for it because this is my opinion. I'm gonna stick to it. I like Marshall a lot. Marshall is a great villager. I have nothing against Marshall. I think he's cute. He's awesome. I get why he's the most loved villager in the game. But just because he's number 1 with the community does not mean he's number 1 with me. So he's not. He's not. I'm sorry. I like his personality. Smug villagers are alright. They're in the middle for me. I think his design is cool, but it's not really super different or unique or interesting. I actually like Tammy's design more than Marshall. I just like Marshall's personality a bit more. It's more unique on my island, and I like the stories we've given him in the videos. He's had beef with so many different villagers. Actually, him and Zucker are like frenemies. His house is really nice too, which gives him some bonus points. It's very luxurious. The thing is, I do love all my villagers so much. It's picking through my babies, really. So I give him like a B+, A-. I think he's awesome. It's just he doesn't really have as much love in my heart compared to the other villagers. Number 7 is a new villager to my island. She's actually the newest addition, and her name is Judy. I did a full-on hunt for Judy for weeks. It took me like at least 20 hours of hunting to find Judy. I love her personality. Snooty's one of my favorites. Her comments are fun. She gives me advice on like face routines and stuff. Her house is so cute. It's pastel. It's everything. She just knows what to do. Judy's like really great. Judy's just amazing. Also, she would be much higher on this list potentially in a few months, but I just got her on my island, so when you compare her to the other villagers, I don't have many memories with her, so I'm not super attached. Number 6 is another snooty villager, and her name is Diana. And I'll actually go one step above Judy. I didn't even really like Diana until she came to my island. Judy I came around with before she came on my island. I was like, you know what, I want her on my island. Diane, I was like, I guess I'll take her on my island, and then I ended up loving her. She is so snooty. I love the snootiness. It's my favorite. I love just how she constantly shades the other villagers. Like, she makes fun of Marshall and Eric and stuff and Zucker. She just doesn't hold back. I love her personality. She's a lot of fun to have on the island. When she competes on my challenges, when I like put my villagers in these challenges, she always does an amazing job. She's cutthroat. She's like, you know, she'd be perfect on like Survivor or something. She is a lot of fun on the island. Eric, maybe surprisingly low on the list to some of you because Eric is one of my favorite villagers. Eric is great. Okay, he says like he says the wackiest, most like, what did you just say? Things. Like, he's always just like talking about how he's on the couch eating Cheetos and like licking bugs. Like, I'm like, what the heck is happening over there? But he always says the silliest thing. And I just think his design is just so cool. I love his like deer. Like, he really just looks like a regular deer as an Animal Crossing villager. Like, he just seems like a dude you see like just walking around, just hanging out. You know what I mean? Like, he's the villager on my island that definitely looks most like a human. I mean, and I seriously, that's my biggest fear in the whole entire world. Animals that look like humans like really scare me in TV and animation. It's been ever since I was a kid. They just terrify me, and they still do. If you love them, all power to you. Enjoy all the content where animals look like humans all you want. I'm not judging you. I might come around to it one day. But I don't know. When animals look like humans and things, I just get kind of scared. I don't know why. Everything from Fox McCloud to that dude from Zootopia. I couldn't watch Zootopia. I'm sorry. It looks amazing. I really want to watch it, but it just scares me for some reason. It's like how people are scared of spiders. I'm scared of animals that look like humans. But I might come around to it one day because I heard Zootopia is a great movie. Okay, anyways, let's move on. I love Eric, and he's the exception to that because he does kind of look like a dude, but he is also really cool, and I like hanging out with him on the island. He's always good to have in videos. He's really silly. I like Eric a lot. Number 4 on my epic Animal Crossing countdown video is Fang. Fang might be a surprise to some. It might be a shocker. How'd Fang get up here this quickly? He's new to your island. Well, let me just tell you what. Fang is funny. Fang is mature. Fang is like the grandfather of the island. He's like so cool, and he's always funny, sometimes unintentionally, but he's funny, and you know, I just think he's cool. His design is sweet. He's just this like super cool wolf person thing. It's just so cool. It's just so cool. Fang is just really, really cool. Also, he's just like such a big villager to compare to everyone else. He's just this giant wolf. And it's just kind of funny seeing him around the other villagers. Because the rest of my villagers are like small little hamsters. Or they're like, you know, Pom Pom, who's a little duck. They're all like little creatures. And then here's this like big wolf next to them. It's just kind of funny. Number 3. Maybe a shock that he's number 2. Number 1? Nope. He's number 3. Zucker. Zucker's kind of been the star of the island, I would say, after me, of course. But no, Zucker is a very, very funny villager. He's one of the most popular villagers in the game, and he was the first villager I had that was like super popular. So it was kind of cool to have him on my island when I first started. A year ago now is when this game came out, and I've had him on my island almost for a year, and it was really cool when I first got him because it was like, whoa, everyone else wants this one. It was like a rare villager or something. Also, can we just talk about his amazing design? Maybe the best designed villager in the entire game. Like, his design, he's like so cool. Come on now. But as amazing as Zucker is, nothing will ever top the top 2, I don't think. The The amount of legendariness that has come out of these next two characters, they're practically the Batman and Superman of my Animal Crossing island. They just are the two biggest heroes, biggest personalities, everyone's favorites. They're just two legends in my mind. Number 2 is, of course, Apple. Apple is just such a legend on my island. She's just the funniest personality. She's like the Mean Girl personality from like Mean Girls, right? She's like the Regina George. She is just so good. She's just constantly like getting angry at people and like fighting with people and then saying she's a superstar. Like a lot of the peppy villagers, they all say they want to be superstars. But something about Apple, she's like ready to throw everything out the window just to become famous. Like she's like Heather from Total Drama Island on my island. Like it's so interesting to watch that type of character in the game. Anyways, her design is super cool. She's a hamster villager and she's red and she looks like an apple. Like it's just so funny when you see Apple for the first time. Like it's so funny because you're like, oh, her name is Apple and she kind of looks like an apple. Oh my gosh. She's like this hamster who's like so funny and so she wants to be a pop star. It's just so silly when you see Apple for the first time and I think it's just forever iconic. But at number 1, the best duck villager, Pom Pom. Pom Pom is too funny. Her design, she just kind of looks like an aspiring pop star duck. You know what I mean? Like that's what her personality is, and that's what she looks like too. She looks like she's like a duck trying to be a superstar in Hollywood. It's just too funny. It's very like ironic and silly humor too. That's like my favorite thing in Animal Crossing is the humor they have in this game. The sense of humor is just so wacky and I love wacky humor. And I feel like especially in these peppy villagers that are like dressed up as pop stars and dressed up as apples, they are so silly and sarcastic just like the humor is. And with these past two villagers, Pom Pom and Apple, those are just so silly because it's like the creators of Animal Crossing. They're kind of doing their own interpretation of what modern day pop culture is and like the social media influencers and putting that into the game in a very fun way. And it's really interesting to see them how like Animal Crossing can evolve with the times too and the humor. Very fun and interesting to me. You know, I've been wanting to make this video now for ever since I got my game. I was like, well, I want to do ranking videos of my own villagers. So a year later, I decided let's finally make that video I always wanted to make. Because a lot of people have been wondering what my favorite villager is and which one's not and all that. And then I also like ranking the villagers too. It's fun. Make sure to subscribe and ring the bell, and I'll see you on the next video where, I don't know, we'll see what happens. I make up random videos every day, so I don't know what to tell you. But make sure to subscribe, ring that bell, and I'll see you next time. And comment down below what your thoughts are. How do you rank the villagers? I want to know how you rank them.